seated at Magnolia Table. They've ridden the boats down the Brazos, and now they're ready for their Baylor Bears to go to work here inside McLane Stadium in Waco, Texas. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Lewis wants to pass. With the catch, it's Atkins. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
It's so hard to get to quarterbacks when they get the ball out of their hands this fast. Great job understanding what the defense is doing, right away assessing, hitting the corner route right off the jump.
Here's the handoff. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Buffaloes in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He's going for a big play downfield. Makes a catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. You want to talk about converting a fourth down in style with a whole lot extra, David.
How about it? Clutch mode. Fourth down time, you only need a little, but he pushes the ball way down the field. He believes in his guy, makes the play, gets the big first down.
Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
Man, defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
Lewis to throw. Makes the grab on the left. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I give the tight end a lot of credit for holding on to the football. I know he's a big guy, but he just got whacked.
This is a designed run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bucs!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the catch. It's Brown.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Back open in the middle. Hard-nosed, determined effort to work his way up to the 35-yard line. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting in the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it. There's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Turning it on. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And how about setting the tone right there? Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field. Get it to him early on the first drive. Let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big game.
Makes the catch. It's Wiggins. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the back. To throw, it's Hawkins. Bringing the heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Snagged out of the air. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. The RPO fired complete to the left. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
The Bears kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
And the Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to throw it. Throws to the tight end. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
And you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. Does a good job. He slips behind the defense. Defense doesn't know where he went. And what does he do? He gets in for 6.
And the extra point was good. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Buffaloes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for an open area to his left. Caught near the sticks. It's Gibson. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
And the Buffaloes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Lewis wants to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Buffaloes will call on their punt team. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Was looking for more running room but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He might want another play. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. Mental errors like that just kill drives. We'll see if they can overcome it. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The short hands, it's Robinson. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble. The Bears will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Lewis to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Gibson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Buffaloes! He got loose, and it was light. After that.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Pittsburgh is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Dan Marino, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Navy. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. The throw to the outside is complete. At absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. He wants to change this route. On fourth down, looking to pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a first down.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Got it in the middle. It's Gibson. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Rides the back on the option to give.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. This time he's got his man. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Complete in the middle. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Buffaloes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he's going to bring this one out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is...
There he goes! They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
He leaves it with the back. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
That's caught. It's Wiggins. Still on his feet at the 45. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game. Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for first and goal.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and this offense, that's what they do. Last week, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They're going to feature him. They're going to get physical, especially inside the 5-yard line. You're going to feed this guy the football. This offense has had success in the past giving him the ball.
You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's 3rd and goal. Gets it out quickly. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baylor! Sometimes you hear people say that quarterbacks aren't tough. Watch that play and tell me that dude's not tough.
You can't coach that, Reese. That's unbelievable. To sit there with that kind of poise, knowing he's about to get smacked, and keep his vision and his focus downfield towards that open receiver, that was absolutely tremendous.
Hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. The give on the counter. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Runs through the tackle. They push it out to the 39 after picking up 5.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He'll keep it himself. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
Lewis wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man. It's Miller. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And the Buffaloes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Miller. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. And they go back to work in the final period of this one. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. They go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Lewis to throw. Forced out of the pocket. Makes the grab. Breaks into the open. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. That one interception and the loss last week really stuck with him, but he's answered by taking care of the football in this game.
Nice answer. Just a nice bounce back. When you're the leader and you're the guy that everybody looks to and you handle adversity from last week like you did today in this game, nice job by this quarterback leading this team.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bucs! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Going to the ground. Crosses the 30. At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's complete! And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bears! conversion attempt coming up.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Alabama endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Bryant-Denny Stadium, and the Tide came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Is coming back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes them...
Turning it on! Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Looking to pass. It's Hawkins. Here comes the heat. He'll pull it down and run. Still on his feet at the 45. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it inside the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Baylor!
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
They'll go with the 5 wide outset on 2nd and 7. Using his feet. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down, so you have to be able to run it.
Lewis wants to pass. Caught close to the marker, it's Gibson. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Quick handoff. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
And that's another nice play for this offense. Man, how about this offense? Putting together a drive when they had to have it. They got to have points late in this football game, and they're executing great.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other